What's going on, everyone? Yes, it's me, Ben Schneider, with another game show video. This is not the one I was intending on making this week, but after playing the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game for the PS5 yesterday, I had to come on here real quick and get this video out there, really as a warning to people who have this game or might be interested in picking up this game. I was very excited when they announced this a couple of years ago, because this is the first Millionaire console game we've gotten since the 2012 edition for the Kinect and Xbox 360, so my hopes weren't even that high for it. I was just excited that we were getting a game at all. I didn't really care that it wouldn't be hosted by a fictional version of Jimmy Kimmel or Jeremy Clarkson. I just wanted a basic, fundamental Millionaire game that worked. And apparently, when it comes to this re-release for the PS5 that came out several months ago, we couldn't even get that. For those of you who don't know, the PS5 version is subtitled the New Edition, and for all intents and purposes, it is the exact same game as the original, except they've added some new questions in a few new categories. Now, one of these is Olympic Games. Now, I'm a sports fan. I'd like to think I'm fairly knowledgeable when it comes to the Olympics, so I wanted to make sure that I had these questions selected when playing the game yesterday. There's one major flaw with that, though. The questions in the Olympics package seem to be fundamentally flawed. I came across a question that wasn't just ambiguous, it was straight up factually wrong. Take a look for yourselves.
That's my final answer.
That is not the answer.
This is just embarrassing. I'm an American player with an American copy of this game being asked a question about the last time the Summer Olympics were held in America. This is a no-brainer. Even though it was 3 years before I was born, I know the correct answer is Atlanta. Yet the game is telling me Paris. How do you get that wrong? Paris hasn't hosted the games since 1924. Gamers sometimes talk about a game that's so broken that it's basically unplayable. And actually, if you want a NASCAR example, Ignition is the perfect example of that. This is a game that is so filled with bugs and glitches that it goes beyond unplayable. It's fundamentally broken. That's this Millionaire game. Or at least the add-on for this new edition that they've just released. Now, maybe if we had a fantastic interactive game with extended voiceover from the real-life host, among other things, and all you had was one ambiguous question out of 8,000 plus, then okay, maybe that's forgivable. But I played 2 games yesterday with this question pack, and got 2 questions that had major issues. When you have a video game based solely on trivia, and have multiple flawed questions in such a small sample size, you have a video game that's broken, that is unplayable. And the fact that the MSRP for this game is $40, the fact that the game has been out for 7 months now, and these questions still haven't been fixed, shows that these developers released a cash grab. That's all this game is. Some people think that a bad game is better than no game, but when a game is this bad, that's not the case. And again, it's 2022. It's not like these are Wii games or PS1 games from 10 to 15 to 20 years ago where what's on the disc is what you get. This could have been patched by now. I'm sure I'm not the first person to discover this, but it hasn't been fixed. And that shows me that the people behind this game simply did not care. And that's incredibly, incredibly unfortunate and frustrating. Because I grew up with so many game show video game options for the Wii. We haven't gotten as many of those for these newer generation consoles, and I was so excited for this Millionaire game, and it's been so uninspiring that I've hardly played it. I decided to pick it up on a whim yesterday, and I guess I was reminded of why it didn't leave me super inspired. You cannot get things factually wrong in a game based solely on trivia, because when you do, your game is unplayable. It is simply broken at its core. So let me know down in the comments what you think of all this. If you've come across similar issues yourselves. If you're subscribed for the game show stuff, I apologize for the lack of content recently, but stay tuned. I've got a couple of videos in the works. Haven't forgotten about that community poll either, so be on the lookout for those in the not too distant future. Have a good day, everyone, and as always, Thank you for watching.